Stop 23 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to the third and final road course stop in the season. It is the Glen, Watkins Glen, that is. As we're here today for the running of the Bud at the Glen, as we're set for 14 laps of action on this 2.454 mile road course. Let's see what the happens here today. On the pole for today's event, it's Charles Sanford, the Pocono winner on the pole for today's event. Beside him, Jessica Shelton, number 94 McDonald's Ford, is alongside. Clyde Shelton's already won on the road course that came at Sonoma. She also won at Atlanta and again at New Hampshire. Second row is Cole Deaver, number 3, the GM Goodwrench Chevy, and Kyle Matthews, 24, the DuPont Chevrolet. Four-time winner this season, as I said. I made a mistake on that one. I said the Brickyard one is his third, but it was actually his fourth this season, believe it or not. He was the first driver to win 4 times this year. Third row has number 43 Joshua Coward and number 60 Chris Dollarton. Next row down after that will be number 2 Dylan Young, the Miller Lite Ford, and Joshua Osborne, number 99 next to SKF Ford, is alongside. Next row down, Johnny Gardner in 25, the Budweiser Chevrolet, and Zachary Fitzwater, number 66, the big Kmart Ford. Fitzwater fresh off a top 10 run he had at the Brickyard. Next row down, Keith Batson, who currently sits second place in the points coming into this event. He'll be alongside car number 44, Mike Becker in the Hot Wheels Pontiac. Next row down, Quentin Moore in number 90, and number 31, Nathan Hudson, has the 7th row. 8th row will have Shane Lake in number 30, and 75, Jesse Turner. This is his home track, by the way, Jesse Turner's that is. Next row down has number 45, Seth Cole. This also can be his home track too, as he also hails from New York. He'll be alongside Dylan Poteet, the native of Kentucky, in the number 22 Caterpillar Pontiac. Poteet was winner this season at Bristol. Next row down, Phil Parker, number 5, and number 36, Kev Shearer, who nearly won the Brickyard 400 the last race in the Tour. He did win, however, at Martinsville this season. Paul Minnick in 77 and Jay Jefferson, number 1, has the next row down after that. The next row down after that will be number 4, William Brock, and 28, the Texaco Haviland Ford of Cat Batson, who won at Talladega this season. Next row down is Ryan Brommer in 26 and number 16, Julius Anderson. Next row down after that will be Emmanuel Hartnett, number 11, and Nathan Ormond in number 40. Next row down has number 71, Alex Miller, and 33, James Henry. Then after that will be Marcus Sachi in 21. Beside him will be number 9, Sky Commons. Next row down has number 55, Henry Sanford in the Square D Chevrolet, and number 20, Brandon Parker, who had a superb run at Indianapolis, believe it or not. Didn't quite get a top 10, but he did get a good run at that event, believe it or not. Next row down is Rob Evans, number 12, the Daytona 500 champion, and number 97, that is Zach Winkle. And after that will be car number 18, Matt Haas in the Interstate Batteries Pontiac. And number 10, it is Mitchell Collins. Next row down will be Jordan Lopez in number 6, the Valvoline Ford. And number 7, Casey Nanico. And starting shotgun appeal will be Adam Flickinger in car number 23. In-car cameras today will be carried by Joshua Coward, Jessica Shelton, and our third camera will ride inside the car of Johnny Gardner. Those three will be carrying in-car cameras in today's event here at the Glen. This is the third and final road course stop on the Tour. We had 2 winners in the first 2. We had 2 different winners in the first 2 road course races on the Tour. Joshua Coward took the first road course stop Jessica Shelton took the first road course stop in the Tour at Sonoma. Then Joshua Coward took the second road course stop when he won at Riverside. So we'll see who wins the third road course race on the season. Will we go 3 for 3, or will either Coward or Shelton repeat their wins on the respective races? All those questions will be answered here in just a few minutes, in 14 laps here at Watkins Glen International, and let's get the command to fire the engines for the 23rd stop on the season.
3, 2, 1, gentlemen, start your engines.
That's ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. It's like I said, there's 2 ladies in the field here today. And besides, one of them sits on the front row. So the field will come through turn number 10. This is a 12-turn road course. This is an 11-turn road course here at the Glen. As the field will come off the 11, as if the field will come through turn 10, now a short straightaway through turn number 11. And we will give you a ride around the Glen here sometime during the race here. Provided this race is not, if this race is not a caution fest, as the field comes off the 11th corner. And Charles Sanford and Jessica Shelton will lead them all down. The green flag flies, and the butt at the Glen is on. Charles Sanford jumps to the lead. Cole Deaver to second position. Shelton out of the third spot here, so he goes third. Collard gets by Matthews. He'll take fourth, and Matthews will be fifth as they come up to the inner loop. That's turns 5, 6, 7, and 8 right there. Now through turn number 9. A sweeping turn, much like we saw the turn 9 at Riverside, just about. Cole Deaver staying up on the back bumper of Sanford's cars as they go through turn number 11. Going to turn number 1 at about 160 miles per hour as they go down through turns 1 and 2, through turn number 1. Inside Jessica Shelton's car, and as she goes through turns 2, 3, and 4. 3 is kind of a blind turn because you don't know what's up ahead. Through turn 4, they go right here. She's in fourth gear at this point. Now speed's increasing 170 miles an hour. Up to about 185, 186 miles an hour into turn number 5, the inner loop. And down to just a little under 110 miles an hour going through there. Now down to about 99 miles an hour through turn number 9. Speed now increases on the straightaway here. 150 miles an hour, 160, 170 miles per hour, 172 miles an hour that is, going into turn number 10. And down about 95 miles an hour, and into turn number 11 she goes, up to about 113 going into turn number 11. And down about 89 miles an hour off the 11th corner. So that she'll go into turn number 1. She crosses the start-finish line, 163 miles an hour into turn number 1. She'll slam on the brakes hard. And down about 70 miles per hour into turn number 1 in second gear. Battle going on right here for a position. That's Dylan Young and Johnny Gardner. Battle of the beer wagons here. The Miller Lite number 2 and the Budweiser 25. Johnny Gardner tucking in behind Dylan Young. Gardner in a tight draft here. He goes inside of Young. Just about jumps the curbing. Young does as well. Gardner takes the final curb jump, and they were almost 3 wide back there in the inner loop. You can't do that to the inner loop at the Glen and make it stick, but Joshua Osborne made it work, obviously, as he fends off the challenge of Zachary Fitzwater and Keith Batson. Fitzwater runs 10th and now tries for 9th on Osborne. Here to come off the 11th corner, excuse me. Now we're going to go side by side between the 66 and 99 cars. And 3 Fords right there in this pack right there, with Batson and 88 watching all this from behind in 11th spot. Then you got the Pontiac of Mike Becker in 12th. And here comes Batson going to try to push Osborne right there. You can't... I didn't think it was possible you can draft on a road course, but I think apparently you can as long as there's a straightaway, so... Osborne plunges ahead. He's now at the 9th position now as we go back to the front of the field. where it's still Charles Sanford and Cole Deaver going in as they pulled ahead a slight bit from Jessica Shelton, but not quite as much. Shelton still keeping keeping an eye view of those two cars. Come by to complete the fourth lap of this race. We have 10 laps to go here at the Glen. 10 laps don't seem like much, though, but it is actually a lot. But consider the laps here at the Glen take about 70 seconds to complete. It means quite a bit. So we're talking about maybe roughly 10 to 12 minutes, if nothing goes wrong. That is. Field now lines up single file for about the first, I think. Yeah, 15 cars. Shane Lake anchoring that in 15th position. Pote now flies by his buddy Seth Cole. That's for 16th place. And a pair of New Yorkers right there in this draft here, Seth Cole and Jesse Turner. Meantime, Quentin Moore looks low on Mike Becker. That's for, I think, 12th place. Moore to the high side, Becker to the low side as they come across the start-finish line. Let's see who outbreaks who going into turn number 1. I think they're gonna go side by side into the S's now between the 90 and 44 cars. Just about touch each other, and they're very close going through there. Almost look like Jeff Gordon and Tony Stewart in 2000 at this race. It happened about in that turn right there, turn 3, I should say. Now they're going through turn 4 right now. As long as we're going to take you through this field right here, there's Pote running 16th, 17th is Seth Cole, Jesse Turner 18th, Phil Parker 19th, 20th is Kev Shearer, 21st Jay Jefferson, 22nd is Paul Minnick, 23rd William Brock, 24th Julius Anderson having one of his best runs in a while, Cat Batson 25th, 26th is Nathan Ormond, 27th is Ryan Brommer, his best finish is second in the Pepsi 400 at Daytona. He almost won that event on an upset, I should say. He almost won that race. He's 27th right now. 28th is Emmanuel Hartnett. 29th, battling for 29th, is Sky Cummins and Alex Miller. Cummins right there running 29th. Miller 30th. James Henry 31st. 32nd is Marcus Sachi. Then Rob Evans. Brandon Parker. Henry Sanford. Winkle, Collins, Haas is running 38th. A bad run for him, obviously. It's not his best run ever. Jordan Lopez 39th, 40th is Casey Nanigo, and 41st, and way back in the pack and off pace is Adam Flickinger in 41st position. Back to the leaders. See the front three cars just up ahead as we ride with Joshua Collard now in fourth position. Collard, the self-proclaimed road racing ace of the NR community. Runs forward right now, as we said, he backed up that reputation of winning at Riverside this season. It's been the only win of the year so far. Trying to close in on that front three of Sanford, Deaver, and Shelton. And right behind him, the 24 of Kyle Matthews running in 5th position. Matthews has said the one the last race of the tour at the Brickyard at Indianapolis. There's rear bumper cam from Collard's car. Looking right at Kyle Matthews' DuPont Chevy. Matthews closing up. He gets a good run going in turn number 10. Whoa! Right there, right there up on your bumper. You just about read the Monte Carlo on the front of that Chevrolet. Matthew's closing up on the back of Collard's car a bunch as they go through as they went into turn number 1. He gets a really good run into that turn, and now see what happens. They come off the 4th corner here. That's Collard in 43, Matthews 24 behind them. Chris Dollerton, Dylan Young, and Johnny Gardner. Young tried to take a peek on Dollerton a little bit as they go through the inner loop. That's positions. There's positions 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 on your screen. Again, Joshua Osborne running 9th, and 10th right now is the 66 of Zachary Fitzwater. There you see the choo-choo train among that top 5 cars are there between the 43, 24, 62 and the 25 cars. Three Pontiacs right there together in this pack of cars. That's Shane Lake in 15th. 16th is Poteet. 17th is Seth Cole. Those three having their own battle as well. Basically down to single file racing right now here at the Glen, so not much happening here. And those front 3 cars of Charles Sanford, Cole Deaver, and Jessica Shelton, they have pulled up to a rather substantial lead right now over 4th place Joshua Collard. Yeah, the margin between 3rd and 4th place right now, almost 2 seconds. Between 3rd and 4th, 4,500 from first to 3rd, and from 1st to 4th is 2 1/3 seconds right now, 2.31 to be exact. Charles Sanford, not really known as a road course racer in his own right though, but he does have a road course victory in this series that came at, I believe it was at Sonoma, where he won that race in season 15. He's never won at Riverside, and he's never won at the Glen. That may change today if he holds on, but Deaver's all over that back bumper, and see if he can make a move at all. Deaver's stayed took up on that back bumper. I think he's probably committed to stay on that back bumper of Sanford until possibly the final lap of the race if Cole makes a move. We'll find out in about 3 more laps and see what happens here. They're down to 3 to go right now. It completes the 12th lap of this race. Sanford's never won here. Deaver's never won here. Jessica Shelton has won here before, obviously quite a few times herself in this series. This man's won here before. Collard, Kyle Matthews, I think he has won here. I'm not sure if he has. I think he has won here, but I know Chris Dollerton's won here, and so has the Dylan Young. Gardner on Osborne and Fitzwater have never won here before themselves as well. Heading off into turn number 10. What's Cole Deaver gonna do? That's going to be the question right there. There's Shelton in 3rd position right now. On board Shelton's car, 2 laps to go. Down to 0.2 of a second. Deaver took a peek to the low side of Sanford as they head off into turn number 2. Deaver's closing up. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens on the back stretch. Deaver takes speed to the low side of Sanford. Sanford throws the block. He probably knew what was coming. Charles probably knew what was coming from Cole going into the inner loop there. I don't know if that was Cole's only shot or not, though. He may have another. We'll see what happens. It'll be the white flag this time by here at the Glen. If something happens to those top 3 cars here, remember, Joshua Collard is in 4th. Start finish line they come. White flag is out for Charles Sanford. He has 1 lap to go. Deaver close to the just 100 of a second that last time by. If he gets a good run at all, going to the S's like he did the last lap, he may have a shot. Let's see what happens. See what happens here. He takes a beat to the low side. He stays on the back of Sanford's car as they go through turns 3. Now through turn number 4. Charles wides his lead just a little bit. I don't think Deaver's not as close at this time by as they go to the inner loop. Off in the turn number 9. Charles Sanford has just a couple more turns to go after this. Down the stretch they go here in the turn number 10. 1 more turn to go. Does Charles Sanford hold them all up to win at the butt of the Glen? He goes through turn number 11. And Charles Sanford is going to do it as they come off turn number 11. And he is his second victory of the season. Charles Sanford wins the butt of the Glen. The pride of the state of California, the California Crusher, as I call him here, does it again here today. He won at Pocono just a couple races ago. Now he wins at the Glen. It's his second win of the season. His first on a road course in Sonoma in season 15 when he last won on a road course. Don't say Cole Deaver didn't give it a shot though those last couple laps. So he did. He finishes second. Jessica Shelton comes home third. And it will extend her points lead going into Michigan, which is next on the schedule. Collard comes home 4th. 5th will go to Chris Thornton. 6th will go to Dylan Young. 7th to Kyle Matthews. 8th to Johnny Gardner. 9th, Joshua Osborne. And Zachary Fitzwater will come home in 10th position. So as they make their way on the pit road here, average speed 126.491. Caution free here at the Glen. Rest of the finishing order for you here. Keith Batson comes home in 11th. Mike Becker 12th. Quentin Moore 13th. Nathan Hudson 14th. Shane Lake holds off Poteet to finish 15th in this race. Poteet 16th and Seth Cole, Jesse Turner, Phil Parker, and Kev Shearer the top 20 in today's event. Rest of the finishing order for you here. Jay Jefferson 21st, Paul Minnick, then William Brock, Julius Anderson, Kat Batson, Nathan Orman, Ryan Brommer, Emmanuel Harden, Sky Cummins, and Alex Miller, the top 30. Then James Henry, Marcus Sachi, Rob Evans, Brandon Parker, Henry Sanford, Zach Winkle, Mitchell Collins, Matt Hosk, Jordan Lopez, Casey Nanico, and Adam Flickinger, the top 40, the finishing order in today's Butt at the Glen. So that will do it here today. at Watkins Glen International. Charles Sanford gets his second victory of the season. His first was set on a road course since season 15 at Sonoma at his home track. So, actually, this is not his home track. Sonoma is actually Charles' home track. Actually, if you want to be technical, Auto Club is his home track, actually, to be honest. But anyway. So anyway, if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on the channel. We got inner races, gaming videos, whatever the president of the NNSCRA Seth Coulter's first channel. And be sure to check out the Duracell Cup Series, the Boas or All Pro Series, and the Marvel Studios Cup Series for all available from the NNSCRA. And be sure to check those series out. We hear it's pretty cool. So So that does it here today at Watkins Glen International. Here for now, this is James Qualls. This has been a production of the NNSCRA. Offline Racing at its best. We'll see you at Michigan.